introversion. You don't wanna know it, you don't wanna know it. You know, you know, you know it. You play the role, and I've been diagnosed. You play the role. You don't wanna know this art doesn't make you feel, doesn't know what's real. This art's not a question for your connection healed. The Lord, you prize me from will run till I am gone. You don't wanna know it, you don't wanna know it. Perfect introversion. You don't wanna know it, you don't wanna know it. You know, you know, you know it. You play the role, and I've been diagnosed. You play the role. You don't wanna know this art doesn't make you feel, doesn't know what's real. This art's not a question for your connection. Oh, and now I'm disconnected. Oh, this blankness interjected. Oh, and now I'm disconnected. Oh, this art that you're rejecting. You played the role. You played the role. You played the role. I've been diagnosed. You played the role. This art doesn't make you feel, doesn't know what's real. This art's not a question for your connection healed.
Jace Media. I'm online with Nikki Smash from the Rocket Dolls. We're on to talk about all things new album, The Art of Disconnect, which I had the pleasure of reviewing a couple of days ago. So good evening, Nikki, and how you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, great. I've been looking forward to it. The good thing about this job and kind of what I do with Glenn is that you get to hear lots of new music, lots of the genres, and meet lots of interesting people. And I must say, if I'm being honest with you, this is the first time I've ever listened to any of your stuff, and I must admit I was blown away with the album. I've got a couple of favourites on it.
Good, man. Thank you.
Sometimes when you're listening to them, you go, yeah, it's all right. But sometimes you listen to a song and you go, wow, I could connect with that because it's just a good song, and it could resonate with kind of something you're going through or whatever, And I really enjoyed the album. I really enjoyed listening. I listened to it twice, one after the other. And some people go, my God, that must be torture because you're listening to albums all day. I mean, that must be
totally
6, 8, 10 albums a day through Glenn. And you're just different genres and some stuff you go, wow, that just sucked life out of me.
Yeah.
Or wow, that was just so there's some albums that grab you, and this album grabbed me because A, it's the first I've listened to you guys, and B, there was 3 tracks on the album that totally grabbed me, and I thought, wow, that's amazing. So,
Oh, good. Thank you so much, man. That means a hell of a lot to me. Thank you, dude.
because I think it's going to do well. How is the have you got an idea of the pre-sales and orders and stuff at the moment? Do you know any of that?
It's hard to kind of judge how well it would do because all our physical pre-sales aren't linked to any like charts or anything.
Right. Okay.
And it's one of those things I regret. We're all a little bit regretting that now, because at the time when we're sorting it all out, we were like, who gives a shit about that? But when when you get down to it, and lots of people are buying it, you're like, maybe we should have chart registered that.
I suppose parts of it will be that the surprise element is that when it goes on general release on Friday, how many people have pre-bought it, and you'll get a phone call from your accountant to say, wow, it's done really well, or by the way, Nikki, that was shit, and then you'll go, maybe I should have listened to myself and registered it. But it's one of these things. Sometimes it's the element of surprise where there's lots of people who they make the music for the enjoyment of making the music, and if they make a couple of quid, they go, yeah, that's great. And if they go, shit,
yeah,
I need to look at my career.
Totally, man. Well, it's funny for us because we've been a band 12 years.
Yes.
So we've been around the block a bit, and when you get to make a record like this, which is like it's quite a bit different to like the majority of everything that's out at the moment as well.
Yes.
So people who have heard it already, they're kind of viewing it as a breath of fresh air.
It is, because it kind of, as like I said, it grabs you. Some of the riffs and some of the chords and some of the melodies and the lyrics. I was like, wow, and for hearing a band kind of for the first time for me, and I'm not ashamed to say that, because a lot of people will think, oh yeah, music reviewers, they hear stuff all the time, but I'm one of these. I'm a 52-year-old ACDI Motorhead man. Iron Maiden, Kiss, and then you get into a job like this, and you hear some stuff and you go, wow. I did an album a couple of weeks ago, and it was that heavy that it gave me a sore head. And I said to Glenn, don't give me stuff like that again, man. An hour and 6 minutes, and it was just like, that way it was just crunching in your head for the full 12 tracks. I'm thinking, fuck, my head.
Just
what I mean?
Fatiguing. You get that fatigue.
Yes.
Like I get it when I'm on tour a lot, when people go like, oh, you should watch every band. And it's like, well, it's hard sometimes, because if you're last on and you're like into like a 30-date tour, and you're at like show number 10 and you've clocked up about 30 odd plus bands anyway.
Yeah.
You've got like 3 or 4 bands a night, plus you on stage, like you're clocking up the amount of bands you're seeing by the day.
Yeah.
And by like 10,
and head, and you think, wow, my head's crunched, because, and I know it's nice to go out and support the other bands that when you're on tour and stuff, but that way sometimes you just want to go and chill, because once you've seen them once or twice, you go, yeah, I know what the crowd reaction is going to be. It's a full house tonight, and I get the the riffs and I get the chops that's coming out of it. Then you go, I'm at day 29 and I'm fried because I've just listened to that song. So do you know what I mean? And I think that's kind of what some of it is for me, where I say to Glenn, just give me anything and I'll review it for you, because this is a cracking, I must admit, this is a cracking job. You get to meet so many nice, interesting people, you get to listen to some cool stuff, and you get to go to nice shows and do interviews with some nice people. And sometimes you get that one album that sticks in your head and you go, Jesus, don't give me something like that again. Because what he does is he sits in his office and he goes, yeah, I know the big man like this. And I fling it on and I go, Jesus, just like totally rip my knitting, because it's totally skull. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Your album, Nikki, because as I say, it was just brilliant to listen to, very easy on the ear and very, very easy to relate to. But I will congratulate. I hope it does extremely well because
Thanks,
it's a killer of an album. It's a killer of an album.
Well, we're all geeks in the band, man. We're all into our production, and we're all like degree, students of our instruments and stuff, and I've got a master's degree as well in music and stuff. So I think, being able to like really take care about how your record sounds is so important to us as much as the songs. We always say, like, to coin Ian Thornley from Big Rec, we always say the biggest ego in the room must be the song. So when you have like because the record is really diverse as well, compared to like a lot of stuff out there is the same song over like 12 tracks, which it is, it's okay, and it's okay to be that way. It's not a bad thing, but the way I write, I can't be like that. And so when you have to like put things together like this, a record of like 13 songs, whittled down from 30 songs as well, by the way. We went into the recording session with 30, then we had 17, and then we did final 14, and then 13 made it onto the record. So there's like
the difference of doing the 14, but was it just a genre of a song or a style of a song that you thought wasn't cutting it, or was it just that you thought 13's my lucky number? Or
yeah, it was weird. It's like it went all the way, like we had 14 all the way until like the mastering process. So it all got mixed, the whole lot, and it was like, here's 14 songs. And for some reason or other, we couldn't, it just, wherever we put it, it just didn't, the album felt really clunky, and I said, do you know what, if I was to drop one song, I said it would be this one. And we're like, but we were going to commit to having 14 songs. And, I was like, well, let's take it out, listen to the album through and see if it sounds different. And it just completely changed the record. So we left it off. So we will go back and rewrite that, because that obviously has a thing about it that it doesn't, it poisons the well a bit, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
So that's not a bad thing, though.
Yeah, at the moment.
Yeah.
No, because it doesn't mean you're not writing a bad song. It just means that with the current flow of what you were writing and how you saw the production going, the 13 songs that you chose were the 13, and you don't want to say better or best, but they were the 13 songs that was chosen at that time, because you don't go, let's go back and revisit song 17 because that was good, and then you start second guessing yourself, and the guys go, come on, fuck Nikki, when they get this album out, and you go, yeah, but and you don't want to start second guessing yourself and kind of and be true to what you do and be true to what you want and go, this is my 13, let's go and do it. And if someone says, track 13 just didn't do it for me, you go, oh well, next record, track 14 first. Because we should have listened to the fans. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, that's how most of the reviews have come in for this record. Like one publication will go, these songs are great, but the album lets itself down with these songs, and then someone else will review it and go, this album is made by these songs, but it lets himself down on this one, right? Yeah. And at first you get a bit fucked off with that. You're like, fuck you don't know anything, man. That type of thing. But then after a while you kind of smile, because you go, well, it's a credit to us with how diverse it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude, say that again.
You get fucked off because someone says, it's not worked well because of this song and that song, and you don't want to start second guessing yourself, and then saying, and then if you start listening, now don't get me wrong, you don't want to say, I'm not listening to that reviewer, he's a nugget, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah. Because the next time it comes out and it gets put out, people will go, I remember what he said about me, or I remember what he said, the album or the song or the way it flowed. Now, you're right, different reviewers have different thought trains, and I'm very open-minded. And, I've been into music since I've been 11 years of age. So I know a few songs in my time, and I've listened to lots of lyrics and stuff, you know. So kind of what kind of grabs you. And I could say to you, never heard you before, Nikki. You know, your album's all right, and I hope it goes well. But you know what? You know, when you listen to something and you think, no, that's got something about it. It's just got the flow, you know. And I know what you're saying. You listen to the songs, and you feel the flow of, you know, the mood of the tracks. That's kind of what gets me. You know, when you're looking at the mood. And obviously, just for instance, I'll give you my 3 favourites on the album, and you may agree with me, you might be talking shit or not, but Enthusiasm of Fumes is a great, brilliant song. Comes at a Price, and Grin and Bear It. They're my 3 favourites.
Awesome. Do you know what? I love the song It Comes at a Price. I love that. Like, it's got some real geekery in the middle of it. Like, it's 5/4 timing. That no one cares about that shit, but it's really fun to play, you know. And
you guys, when you your tongues and stuff like that, and you talk about rhythms and, you know, and 5/4, us guys go, what the fuck is he talking about? But you know, as a musician, when you learn your trade and you're listening to bands, and you pick up your guitar and you go, right, I need to nail this down, and you get people giving you tips and stuff. Now, for us, I listen to a sound and I go, yeah, that just grabs me. But you have spent months with the guys, you know, chopping it to bits, putting it back together, rewriting it, you know, doing another score and going, right, I've got it. I put the record on and go, yeah, that's a cracking song. Not knowing that you spent 4 months ripping it to bits, and I'm going, yes, right. And you go, I've spent 4 months with that, locked in the studio with these other 2 guys. We couldn't agree on stuff. But you know what? And that's kind of, for me, I listen to it and I go, yeah, it's a really good song. It's well written. It's smooth. It flows really well. You know, it's got it's a kind of grungy style riff that kind of grabs me, and I go, it's a great, you know, and that's how I look at it. You know, some people are different. You know, some reviewers maybe just like to give you a bad review just because they wanna, you know, and you kind of think, no, that's not good, you know. But when I did yours, I put it on the website, and you guys came back. That's testament to the fact that, you know, I kind of know what I'm talking about, that I've given you my honest, you know. I could go on and go, shit, good. And you go, okay, the big man didn't like it. But you know, that way, do you know what I mean? And you go, not talking to him again.
Totally, man. Well, there's a little cool thing about the record. It's like these little secrets that people don't realize about the record, that if you were to put the record on repeat all, it seamlessly plays. Like, that's to the detail that we've spent on this record. Like, so it fit, like the song finishes on a C minor chord, right? And then it starts again on a C minor chord.
So it's just a seamless edge, and you think, wow.
So like the last note is also the first note of the record. So like, so you can kind of blend
it into it.
Yeah.
Do you think this is some of the best work you've done? Do you think that?
Without a doubt, yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, as I say, I
the best song. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I honestly feel about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And how long did it take you to put it together?
We came off tour. We released our last record, Deadhead, on the 5th of April. It was Friday the 5th of April that came out. Then the last date of the Deadhead tour was Rambling Man in 2018.
Yeah.
A week later, I started writing this record.
Right.
And then by December 2018, we had the whole album written and demoed. And then the 24th of January, we went into the studio and started tracking it for real. And we did all the drums, bass and guitars in 4 days because we were that well rehearsed. And also, this is something which is like, again, like a cool little nugget of the record is like the drums and the bass are all live.
Right. Okay.
So they're not like multi-tracked like it is modern. It's like old school mentality of you have to be playing good. You got to be
Yes.
really on it because they're both playing live in the same room at the same time, and that's why as well. Like there's you know, not to sound too like la-di-da with the record, but it has a feeling about the record. So when you put it on, like it sounds different. There's just something about it that is just different to most records because it's recorded, half of it's live. Do you know what I mean? So it's got that
Yeah.
it's got that feeling about it. You know, like the bass and the drums. Like everyone's picked up on the fact that how good the drums and the bass sound in this record, and that's purely down to just how good Benj and Joe are. You know, they're such good players. You know, sometimes I sit there and it's like, fucking hell, how do I land these guys? Like, you know,
because it is really crisp. When you listen to it, it's really, the bass is like, the bass is just really crisp, and every note you can go, wow, you can feel, and that's, and that's when you can tell it's a good record, because sometimes you get fuzzy bass note chords and stuff, and you think, when it was up that, but it's just a crisp, it feels right, which is really cool,
Yeah, man. I'm glad you noticed that, man, and thanks, because one thing we wanted to do on this record is we wanted to, we changed everything that we did about how we did this record compared to every other album we've done. Where on this one, for example, we wrote everything backwards. So we started with the album title and then 30 song titles, and then I wrote songs to the titles.
Okay.
So what I'd do is I'd come up with cool titles, and then I'd write like paragraphs about what does that mean? What does that make me feel? And then I'd come up with music and go, this feels like that title. So you'd kind of like match all these things together, and it's just a different, fresh way of writing. And then we changed producers on this record. We got in George Donahue, who's done Graces Collide, and he's the bass player in River Becomes Ocean as well. Really talented songwriter as well. And then one thing that we thought we were like punching above our weight was we contacted Chris Sheldon, and he recorded Foo Fighters' Colour and the Shape, which has like Everlong and stuff in it, and then like Feeder, Therapy, Trouble Gum, and all that stuff, like Don Brocco, Biffy Clyro, Rubin, all our favorite bands he's done. So the fact that we like, hey Chris, you don't know who I am, but would you mix our record? And he was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, I know who you guys are, and I'm familiar with it and what have you. So it was really nice to have that. And he did such an amazing job, because regardless of where you hear this, you can hear it on your phone, you can hear it in like massive speakers, and it sounds great everywhere.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like sonically, it sounds better than most big bands' albums. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. I listen to most of my stuff in my headphones, and occasionally when there's no one at home, I'll just unplug it and let it go loose. And and you kind of think you can get a good vibe on it, and you think, wow, I could just imagine me in the Badlands or King Tut's or or the garage and rocking out, fucking moshing my head off, because you just you get the feel of the album and you get what it's all about, and you think, wow, I bet that'd be brilliant live. And that's kind of the good thing about, as I say again, about my position, it's like you guys, we'll listen to a song and I'll put into words what I feel the song's all about and how it grabs me. So you guys are the same. You do a title and then you go, let me do some lyrics, and you're writing about what you think's in your head. And when I listen to a track, this is what it's got. It's got thumping bass. Wow, drums are on point. Some people might go, it's quite. How do you get to that? But I think just in your head, you get to what it means to you when you're listening to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You listen to it and you think, wow. And I think to myself, I wish I was a drummer way back in the day.
Right.
myself in the back of a kit, smashing the shit out of it, rocking out to some of these tunes. It'd be awesome, you know. And I think that's what we do. So when we go to gigs, and I look, and if I'm doing an interview, then you get out front and you see the set played off, you think, wow, what a life these guys have got. It's awesome to be a fucking rock star. But you know what? There's a downside of it.
Yeah.
But if you get shit, say, if you get a shit manager, if you have a shit tour, you know, and you have a shit time like this where you're not out on the road, where you should be on the road. So it has its pitfalls, you know, but it also has its plaudits.
Yeah.
But you guys, you've spent months doing this record, put it together. It's a solid piece of music, and then you go, but I can't go and live and play it. Do you know what I mean? And that must be frustrating, because you're thinking, although people can sit with their cans on and crank it up to 20, they can't get out there and watch you guys rocking out, and that must be hard for you guys as well.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, we get it, because obviously the world is up shit street, and that's fine. And if you know what I mean, it's fine. I get it, but it doesn't make it any easier. That, you know, I get it. Everyone else is in the same position, you know, but like I said, it doesn't make it any easier. But at the same time, you know, you have to be philosophical about it and kind of go, okay, well, we will tour it, not until next year, you know, but what we have done, which people think is mad, you know, we've been really proactive, because the moment we finished recording this, I started writing the next one anyway. So we've already written the fourth.
It's track 14 in the first lot of songs for the new album.
It's not actually. You know, I made a point of everything that was left off, I'm not going to touch for a couple of years.
Right.
So it's in a kind of, it's going to sit and stew in the oven for a couple of years.
Yeah, and
then I'll come back to it.
Next one that doesn't go, you can go, well, I'll bring that one back out the oven. It's pre-baked.
Right. Yeah. Totally.
You know,
Yeah. So it's quite exciting, and we've been proactive with it, and you know, we've already started. We're in the first. We take pre-production quite seriously, so we usually record the album, and it usually goes through about 3 or 4 processes.
Okay.
So we end up recording the album about 4 times. So there's like the rough demos where like I play everything, program drums and blag the bass, and then we go into a rehearsal room, work it all out how it feels, and then record that. And then we go into the studio afterwards with the producer and he'll go, this bit's shit, this bit's really good, this bit's super shit, you know, and then you rewrite and tune it all back up, and then you go in and finish it. So we're in like the first phase now where everything's demoed. But it's exciting, you know, because it's different stuff again. And, you know, like most people are like, you fucking already done the next one. I'm like, yeah, you know, and it will be recorded by the end of the year.
But it proves that you've got a creative mind. If you said, yeah, I've done this album, but you know what, I've got nothing in my head, and I'm not going to do anything for another 15 months, 12 months, 18 months. People will go, so by the time you get the album out, you go to and you'll have nothing new, and you go, yeah. But the fact that you've got your creative juices flowing, you've already got songs down, you know, proves that you're honing, you're mastering your craft, where you can sit and go, see how this album goes. If it's good, I might knock up some more songs. But the fact that you're proactive and you're putting new songs out already, and you're getting them mixed and mastered and stuff, proves that you don't want to sit on your laurels and go, let's see how this album does before we do anything else. And because if it then, touch wood, if it then goes shit, you go, fuck, I'm really bummed out, I don't want to do anything. So the fact that you're being proactive and you've got songs out, people are going, that's really good. Some people might think, fucking hell, man, that must be a pain in the ass. Writing 30 songs and then writing another 30 must be mental. But you know, the fact that you've got the creativeness to do that, you know, it is testament to you guys that you want to keep working, you want to keep busy, you want to, you know, you want to better this album before it's even out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah. And it's quite cool because we've even got the producer lined up and everything ready for it to go. Like it's all and people don't see that, and sometimes it's frustrating that people don't see that, because people think that you're just sitting there kind of going, oh well, we can't go on tour now, you know, but it's not the case. Like, you know, I've got like, you know, here's one guitar, here's a bass here, you know, here's another guitar here, you know, where I come home because I've managed to get a little part-time job while all this stuff's going to kind of help me float. So I come home and I write, you know, and I've got, you know, got an acoustic here as well. Like, so I come home and I write, and then Thursdays and Fridays is me time, and that's when I write, you know. So yeah, it's exciting. The thing is, I'm a songwriter, so I love writing songs, you know. So it's
if you didn't have that in your head, you'd be thinking, Christ, I'm a guitarist, but I just play what he tells me to play. So the fact that you come home and you've got stuff in your head, maybe a day at work, and you think, well, I'm going to write a song about that, or I'm going to write a song about delivering, or whatever it is, and people go, wow, where'd you get that? I came home today, I was fucked off on my job, but you know what, I wrote a song. People go, wow. So that's good as well, you know, that you've got that creativeness in you, that, you know, you have time to come back and write and see how it feels, and say to the guys, listen, I wrote this song about a fucking loaf of bread, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah, totally. Well, the thing is, like, I view songwriting like a muscle, because, you know, if you stop writing, that muscle gets out of shape and it doesn't become toned anymore. So even if you write, like, at the moment in quarantine, I've written one song a day.
Wow,
that's my target. So I know that, like, by the end of the week, there might be 7 shit songs. Yeah. But that's fine. It's okay to write shit songs. No one has to hear them. Do you know what I mean? No one has to hear them, you know. But it's just exercising that muscle. Yeah. You know, and what happens is sometimes you get to the end of the week of, like, because I think I must be in my, God knows how many songs I've got demoed now. There's a lot. There's like 40 odd. Wow. You know, and I've kind of whittled them down to 10 at the moment. Out of the 40, there's 10 really good ones. You know, so you'll get to the end of the week and you kind of have like this thing where you go, let's listen back to what I've written this week. Yeah. And then you go, right, that's definitely shit, you know, but it's got a hell of a middle 8. Yeah. So I'll go, right, well, I'll keep that and I'll think about that, and I'll write down things like 4/4, you know, it's in the key of F or something, you know, and then you'll be noodling around something else and you go like, fuck, I can't get anything out of this at all. And then you go, have I got anything in my notes that has it? And you go like, oh, so, you know, middle 8s, and then you go like 1 in the key of F, and you go like, oh, wicked, this one's in F. And you click it and you go, fuck. And that's what happens. That's what happens. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what happened to Enthusiasm and Fumes. Like, the middle riff was a riff from something else, and I couldn't for the life of me match it with anything. And
that's good though. That's the creativity of you, Nicky, that you can pick it up and slot it into something else. You know, and you know, no one needs to know about it. In your head, I wrote that 3 months ago, and I slotted it into the new album, and no one gives a shit because it sounds great. Do you know? And that's the kind of thing.
And it sounds seamless. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. So, have you get any other plans to do any more online stuff? Are you?
Yeah, tomorrow night, Ben is doing a Q&A, like, bring your own beer pre-launch party.
Okay.
You know, so it's just going to be him talking shit probably for an hour at 7 p.m. Then Friday, Friday, the day of release, we're kind of having a t-shirt day. So everyone or anyone who's got anything Rocket Dolls, we want selfies to flood social media with everything Rocket Dolls. You know, to kind of feel like everyone's at a gig or everyone's, you know, together. You know, so that's what we're doing there. Then Friday night, we've got we've kind because this sounds funny. I'm laughing before I even told it. That's how tragic this is. Like Joe, he's got a new puppy, and
Right.
the all the Rocket Dolls fans are always like, Joe, I want to, we don't care about you. We want to see the dog, you know. So, which is funny. So, and then of course we've had the Tiger King stuff that's gone on. So, and his name's obviously Joe. So, like, I photoshopped Joe
Yeah.
on Joe
Yeah.
Exotic, and I've
Well,
photoshopped his.
I saw the post you had with the three of you with the pink shirts when they got married.
Exactly right. So, I mean, as you can tell on social media, we're like jokers. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. That's good though. You don't
it's
too
good.
serious. It's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally, man. You know, so we're doing a quiz Friday night. Joe's exotic pub quiz, album launch pub quiz. So it's he's been coming up with the most ridiculous questions, or like asking us really random shit, like what's your favorite food? What's, you know, all this stuff, really, really shit stuff. And it's going to be a good laugh, and whoever wins gets a signed copy of the record. And you know that we're just doing that type of thing. And I think we're going to be doing Rocket Dolls bingo the week after.
What you could do, see, what you could do is I watched them. I don't know if you watch Gino, Fred, and Gordon. You know,
Yes, I posted about them as well. I was quick on the mark with that.
they were
And
doing the
they were
chicken.
supposed to them like that in front of the van. So I fucking nabbed it, and I was like, all right then, you know, who are we all? And everyone was like, yes, fucking yeah. And then it was like, it kicked off on social media. Everyone was laughing, and they're like, that's the beautiful thing about being a three-piece. Like, you can take so many little things and like joke about it, you know.
Absolutely. Well, they did a thing last week called Chicken Shit Bingo. This is something you can do. Right? They're in Texas, so they've got a chicken cage, and on the bottom of the cage it's got all the bingo numbers. And you get a number, and you stick the chicken in it, and whatever number it shits on, you win the money. We do that with a puppy. Stick it in, put numbers out, and stick it in, and make it go and do a shit, and there you go. That's you sorted.
Do you know what? There's definitely something in that, dude. I might have to give you 10% of the winnings for that one. Yeah.
I was like somewhere, Nikki. So you can take that to the bank with the guys and say, "Listen, I've come up with this cracking idea. Make it your own, and then whoever wins, you can send me a signed album." Because obviously, what I'd need to do for Friday was take the album cover, print it out, and hold it up, and people might think, "Fuck, this guy's got a copy already." So yeah. Obviously, send me a signed
absolutely
copy.
Man.
I've nabbed my idea.
Amazing. We'll do it. We'll send you another one.
Puppy shit bingo. There you go. Go and do chicken. Puppy shit bingo. So when they say, "Oh, Joe, let's see your puppy," you go, "Yeah, but what I'm going to do, this is, you know, we're going to do bingo. It's now up to level. It's now puppy shit bingo." Boom. Sorted.
Oh, mate, don't put it past us to do something like that, though. That's the thing, you know.
Well, I'll be checking in on Friday night and see if my idea, because I'll know, because if you nick my idea and then don't give me credit for it, I'll be super upset. So at the end of the day, stick it in, give me a name check, and then
absolutely, dude.
An album.
So, you know, man, we will absolutely.
I don't take up too much of your time, Nick. I know you're a busy man and stuff. Because what I want to do, I want to get this. I'm going to try and get it on the website tonight. I'm going to chop it all and put it in and edit it, and then stick it on the website tonight, so that it's either fresh for tonight or first thing tomorrow, so that the guys can get an insight into you and your puppy shit bingo and all that and stuff. Yeah, you can tell the boys about that. Phone up Joe and tell him, say, "Listen, the big man's come up with this top-notch idea. Watch." And what you do is tell me, watch Gordon, Fred, and Gino, and get that bit in it. It's hilarious. You think only in America would they think of these things. Chicken shit bingo, and he's going, "What's this about?" And he goes, "Watch this," and they open it, put the bird in the cage. It floats about and just goes, and then they go, "You've won $144."
What the fuck? Oh man.
Then
Yeah, only in America, mate. That stuff.
Yeah. Now listen, Nikki, it was an absolute pleasure chatting to you.
Likewise.
As I got out of it, because I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed your company, and I'm sure the viewers will once we put it on. I'll be tuning in on Friday to listen to you guys. I'll cut out my album from my printer and hold it up, and people will think I've got an actual copy. And then they'll be like, "How the fuck do you get that?" No, don't worry about it. And then obviously.
Oh, dude, I love it. I love it. That's great, dude.
Do that. All right. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Yeah,
I'll tune in Friday, and we'll get a wee chat Friday when the album comes out. And then hopefully I'll chat to you again soon.
absolutely, man. Keep in touch, dude. It's good hanging out.
Thank you, buddy. Nice to see you.
Yeah, you too, Darren. All the best, dude. All the best.
Cheers, mate.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ra. Ta-ra.